See, in this task, the S3 compatible object stored for DVC tractor data and DVC config already declares a remote called S3 for the fraud detection project. Go to DVC and in this file the config data under the DVC, the config data file already available. We need to correct the configuration and push the tractor data into CVDFS bucket. So the project DVC initialized and data raw transaction. With DVC initialized and already tracked. Can go to the fraud detection. Under the data, now you can see the transaction says by already tracked. And CFI is already running on the control plan. The S3 localhost name. Go to the DVC config file. You can see here in this S3 file, you can see the endpoint URL is wrongly mentioned. So we need to change the correct URL 8333. They have mentioned 8333 and after mention the URL at top of that lab forwarded port 8888 buckets are visible under buckets. Go to the file, save it files. You can see in this bucket DVC storage. Yeah. So the buckets are credential is must be vdadmin. Credential is vdadmin and also the password vdadmin123 and bucket name is DVC storage already created and visible in the UA under bucket storage. Go to the save it UA. You can see the bucket is already created DVC storage. Correct everything that prevents DVC push from succeeding the remote called S3. The remote is called S3. They have mentioned the correctly remote called and URL also we have mentioned. And we need to mention. Need to mention the remote called S3. Remote is called equal to S3. Mention the remote is S3. And after correcting the character file, it is 3 and your demographic default remote. Push the track data after the push and DVC storage bucket in seafood object under file MD prefix. So we need to push the data. Go to the directory cd root code fraud detection And after changing the directory, actually we need to change the URL name. Okay, here the point bucket name is the mention as DVC storage. So we need to change the bucket name is DVC storage. Under S3 DVC storage. The bucket name is we have to change because the file already created the folder name DVC storage. So we need to access the DVC storage folder only. And 86 remote configuration DVC remote modify S3 URL. Actually we have already changed it changing the file. So we don't need it to modify. So we have run the command. Before we need to check the cities we have given .dvc under the file folder file name. Before push the command, we see the everything URL DVC storage and endpoint URL HTTP access keys admin and access keys is the remote as the called as the remote file. Now we need to push the command DVC push. That will be pushing one file pushed. Now you can go to the URL, refresh the page, go to DVC. Now you can see the file is moved to URL file. The files MD82 under 82 the file is created. This was a file to the push into the using the URL of our safe read SS file. We need to check the credentials importantly before the push access. After changes the credential as it given the task based, then we need to check the task. The task is finished. Thank you for watching.